I don't know if I'm going to be able to... No, I'm not going to be able to finish. So I think what I'd like to do... I am realizing that, like... I would love to. I would absolutely love to get into a... possibly be uploading entire systems in one day, because that's going to take, like... Because, you know, that's... I've obviously made a little bit of progress, so it's not going to take as long, but that would take like 3 months. Or that would take 3 1/3 months, right? Or something like that. But I need to work up to that. Like, I don't know. I can easily do more, but it's not gonna be it. Yeah. Oh, you know, also, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but God mode doesn't give you infinite resource in build mode, which is kind of dumb, seeing as it's God mode, and like, I'm probably using God mode to like, I don't know, like, seems like a really weird thing, right? Maybe there's specifically a command for that somewhere, but I don't know. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I'm pretty sure that's how it worked in Fallout 4. So do we want to get a little bit of action? I kind of want to get a little bit of action. I don't want to have the... I mean, there is going to be a notorious 2-minute video that happens at one point. I would genuinely not be surprised if that actually already has happened, or if I fucked up and like did a double episode. If I did a double episode because of the thing. Because like it was so short that I just like skipped over. It was like, oh, I couldn't have a 2-minute video. That would be ridiculous. Also, you know, I don't know if I mentioned, I don't know where I was at last time in life, my last session, but I've not only recorded, but I've also finished Phantom Liberty Cyberpunk now, so that's something. I think it's really, I don't know, it's an interesting thing. And I would say that I got the good ending, because there is an ending that they added. There is an ending that they added for Phantom Liberty, but it's like, well, V gets healed, and V gets healed, but you can't use any cyberware anymore. And like, it's also this thing of like, you just like, it's this kind of silly thing apparently, and I haven't actually seen it, but I just know that it's a thing. Johnny dies instead of getting like, led on to the AI, instead of being like continuing life on the map as an AI or whatever. What was I gonna say?
I'm out of here.
yeah. So in the Phantom Liberty ending, the tower, I think V like gets cured, but he doesn't tell anybody that he's like leaving to get cured and goes into a coma for 2 years. Or I don't know if it's 2 years, but you know, doesn't matter. Point being, like, people have moved on, and actually like, to my understanding, it, like, okay, for one thing, like, you should probably, like, it's kind of unreasonable to think that V would just not tell anybody that he's moving on, but, or that he's, you know, doing this thing, and he might, you know, be a, you know, like, I've never experienced this, but apparently for like major surgeries, which what V was going to do was absolutely a major surgery, you tell people, and you kind of like, if you don't make it, it's like, the thing you do is like say goodbye to everyone, preemptively, just in case. So there is some understanding that if V didn't do that, it would be seen as a sort of betrayal. But also, there's no reason that V wouldn't have done it, to my understanding. Like, and maybe there is some justification, but it just feels like, apparently a lot of people are complaining that it just feels like a really cheap way to give that portrayal, because it just, you wouldn't, it's like the worst kind of miscommunication that just like would not happen. And it's like, yeah, it's a thing of like, you survived, but like have completely lost yourself, which is like definitely a very cyberpunk thing. So don't get me wrong, like the idea of it is the idea and the message it carries is definitely good, but is definitely a good solid cyberpunk sort of theme. But you know, at the same time, it also just narratively doesn't seem to make as much sense. Whereas the ending that I chose, which I think was the King of Wands, King of Cups, where I chose to help Somi during Firestarter, and I did the moon quest, and I helped her. I didn't sell her out at the last minute. So, you know, which I would say, just overall, absolutely, I would say it's the best ending. It's basically like you just wasted all of your time. Which does seem a little weird, but like, the entire point is to help somebody help somebody survive. And like, you know, and the alternative, betraying them would be selling them out to like, you know, this sort of overarching force, and that would be very not punk to do. And like, Reed dies in that ending. But Reed dies, but Alex lives, and I think like definitely, and this is, you know, obviously in hindsight, because, you know, with that ending, you know, you'd get a little, you know, get a call. Alex is like, hey, let's hang out, hey, let's talk at my bar, and she's like really chill, and like, when I was going through it, like, Reed's not a bad guy, but he's just, you know, stubborn and like sticks to his principles far too much, to his own detriment. Sticks to his loyalty, is loyal to those who are not loyal to him. And you know, Alex is definitely somebody who is definitely was more worthy of trust, I think. I genuinely, when I did choose Somi, I wasn't betraying Reed, I was betraying Alex, is how I felt. Now granted, they did do a whole thing where, you know, you hang out with Alex right before the mission, and get to know a little bit more about her, so like, it's a little bit more explicit character development there, so, I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, I'll take that. But yeah. What else? What else? I think there is a reward you get from. There is a reward you get. I was a little bit sad though because basically it didn't seem like you get anything from Somi, but you do. It just takes a few days, and it's just like one piece. It's just a piece of cyberware that like it's nice because it's like basically anything that needs a cooldown, it will automatically reset instead of giving a cooldown the first time, and then that itself has a cooldown of however long or whatever. But you know, so it's a good, nice thing. And you also do get Reed's gun from it, which is a silenced tech pistol. Oh, but dude, the one thing I really hate about Cyberpunk 2.0 is how they've changed the weapon mod system, because like my entire playthrough, like one of the key things was crafting weapons. There's no fucking reason to craft weapons now, as far as I understand. It wasn't like crafted weapons were just better, as far as I could tell. Like they're like, even if you find a better gun, okay, then pick that up, and then, but eventually, like, you know, you're going to be able to craft something better. And now it's like, if you craft something, it's not going to have the mod slots, or it's going to have like one mod slot, I think, and the only way to get something with 2 mod slots is to find it, and like. And it's like, I don't know, I don't like that. And there's also no perks to put into crafting. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like in 2.0 there aren't any crafting things, whereas like half of the reason you would want to do tech before was so you could do crafting better. And like, it just is so, ugh. When I play Cyberpunk Red, like, I'm gonna play a tech. If I get to play my self-insert character as an actual PC anytime, then I'm going to be a tech. And I'm going to be a damn good tech. Going to be the techiest tech that ever damn teched. Yeah, that genuinely, like, I don't know. I think if I was going to look on balance, some of the perks probably are better, but like, or some of the perks are probably, maybe they're more interesting. No, not even that, because like, to be better with pistols you have to put points into cool, and that's just not how the actual like system it's based off of works, even like remotely, so it's like, what the fuck. But that's a story for another day. Until next time, have a good day, great day, and chowskis.